Okay, get the back of that boat. There's people in it. Yeah, that's the cave diving boat. Dark experience. There's someone in the cave down the back of it right now. A whole bunch of people. Oh, that's saying I can't believe it's great height right here. This is not something that you get to do every day. Right. Oh my god.
So the boats invited us to, I guess, kind of just wrapped up behind them. So we're going to chuck them a line and turn the engine off and just kind of see what happens here.
Oh my god. What? It just went straight under the hood. Oh.
Now, right now. There's something coming. Here. Oh,
They look so scary. Don't hit the camera. Oh my god. Look at it. It's coming right here. It's coming right here. Look at this. Oh. 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 There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. We've just rocked up. We're seeing it all right in front of our eyes right now. This is freaking unbelievable. I just realized, we were wondering if we'd see one or not. There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. I thought Sam would just rocked up. We're seeing it all right in front of our eyes right now. This is freaking mind-blowing. Unbelievable. I just realized. I might just you in there forever. We were wondering if we'd see one or not. There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. I thought Sam would just rocked up. We're seeing it all right in front of our eyes right now. This is freaking mind-blowing. Unbelievable. I just realized. I might just you in there forever. We were wondering if we'd see one or not. There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. I thought Sam would just rocked up. We're seeing it all right in front of our eyes right now. This is freaking mind-blowing. Unbelievable. I just realized. I might just you in there forever. We were wondering if we'd see one or not. There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. I thought Sam would just rocked up. We're seeing it all right in front of our eyes right now. This is freaking mind-blowing. Unbelievable. I just realized. I might just you in there forever. We were wondering if we'd see one or not. There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. I thought Sam would just rocked up. We're seeing it all right in front of our eyes right now. This is freaking mind-blowing. Unbelievable. I just realized. I might just you in there forever. We were wondering if we'd see one or not. There's a police mark in the back of the boat. I'm paying, I think it's $599 to get in the cage, $299 just to be on the boat. I thought Sam would just rocked up. Anyway, now we're going to the Stewart Island, actual Stewart Island. We go to into the Patterson Inlet and go see an old whaling station. The Maori people were living here in the 1300s. Can you imagine living here in these elements? But there was an abundance of fish and birds and everything to eat, so they were thriving in it. The Europeans came here in the 1900s,
and go see
but they
an
were
old
whaling
whaling
station here,
The
which is
Maori
pretty
people were living here in the
sort of surreal to
1300s.
see on Earth.
Can you imagine
So
living here in
it's
these
just
elements?
not a bad day.
There was an abundance of fish and birds and everything to eat, so they were thriving in it. They go to
Europeans
the
came here in the
Patterson Inlet
1900s,
and go see
but they
an
were
old whaling
whaling
station.
station here,
The
which is
Maori
pretty
people were living here in
past
the
surreal to
1300s.
see on
Can
Earth.
you imagine living here in these elements?
Not a bad day.
There was an abundance of fish.
Celebratory drink is an honor. Respond GH Mom, champagne, and where the other one when we finish the circumnavigation.
Maori people were living here in the
Past
1300s.
New Zealand.
Can you imagine living here in these elements?
Not a bad
There was an
day.
abundance of fish.
Celebratory drink is an honor. Respond GH Mom,
There's not too many places.
champagne,
There's
and where the other one when we finish the circumnavigation.
Maori people were living here in the
past
1300s.
New Zealand.
Can you imagine living here in these elements?
Not a bad
There was an
day.
abundance of fish.
Celebratory drink is an honor. Respond GH Mom,
There's not too many places.
champagne, and where the other one when we finish the circumnavigation.
Maori people were living here in the 1300s.
New Zealand.
Can you imagine living here in these elements?
Not a bad
There was an
day.
abundance of fish.
Celebratory drink is an honor. Respond GH Mom,
There's not too many places.
champagne, and where the other one when we finish the circumnavigation.
Maori people were living here in the 1300s.
New Zealand.
Can you imagine living here in these elements?
Not a bad
There was an
day.
abundance of fish.
Celebratory drink is an honor. Respond GH Mom,
There's not too many places.
champagne, and where the other one when we finish the circumnavigation.
Maori people were living here in the 1300s.
Right on the beach are some discarded propellers which were damaged by icebergs as the Norwegians sailed around the Ross Sea in Antarctica. Right in front of the shipyard is a submerged whaling boat formerly known as the Othello, which was beached in order to be used as a wharf for the whalers.
This is crazy. Says there were whale catching boats coming in here and processing the whales up here somewhere. And they've preserved all the things that they can.
No, effing way. That old shoe? That's insane.
This is almost 100 years, almost 100 years old. This route that was like a shipyard. This is the
The whole shipyard was steam driven, and they even had a huge lathe inside it to straighten the bent propeller shaft. The old boiler for Carnegie Shipyard can still be seen in the water at the end of the slipway. When you stop and think about the conditions that these men had to work in, you get a real sense of how hard life used to be back then. The shipyard was shut down in 1933, at the start of what we now know as the Great Depression. On our way home, we found a rope swing which brought the children out of us again.
Hey, I'll realize that. So trust it. Oh. Guys. Okay, how you going?
The next morning, we invited one of our patrons, Craig, to spend the day with us on the boat. Craig is a tour boat captain in Milford Sound, which was going to be our next destination, so he shared some amazing local knowledge with us.
If you have to get away from everything, you can actually come up here.
We were going to wait in Stewart Island before we attempted to go up the west coast to the South Island, as there were some pretty nasty conditions out there at the moment.
And
But apparently, the rewards were well worth the risk.
you guys are going to get in there, you'll just be real full of thunder.
There's no proof that it's the deck of
Oh, okay. Hard off, receive your passport, and then
Isn't the same little close to that old Edwards Island?
nah, it's only about 2 or 3 miles. It's fine.
And it's 60 seconds swim for them. It took 7 minutes for them to swim from Edwards to the main wharf.
So we're going to be in the water down in 6. Don't even think about it.
You see any ring light out there?
1 sec. I've done this spot hundreds of times. They were only further out from the spot that I saw that one that was years ago. That's fine.
You have that?
Yeah, that's it. Power off. No, you want them soft and blunt because power are hemophiliacs. So if you damage it and you're trying to get it off, you put a slight cut in the bleed. So it's a special technique. Pop them off, you have to measure 125 with the widest points, as long as that's in there. Done. You're going to get 4 or 5 of them. But you want them back on.
So we might not even have to get your water.
Well,
This sounds real good. I might just wait here. This is down, just flying right out, stupid what we work together. It's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm feeding the great white family or I'm trying to feed the him. You're not gonna lie, I'm scared. He lying for said I wasn't. He thinks it's hilarious.
you got nothing to worry about.
So what's the trick popping them up?
Don't touch it. And touch that stuff down, you just get the water. Come up then right. Put bottle on that will be the pile. No, pile. Wait, 2 and on the fence, big I guess. You don't make a big fence. Just for the shots.
Are you sure?
But that's not out there.
You got an idea.
The water was absolutely freezing, but there was power literally everywhere you looked. So we took turns knocking a few off the rocks, which wasn't too tough as long as you get in quick before they sat down on the rock. But for some reason, we were in quite a hurry to get back into the bin.
2 miles that way. 2 miles. I'm a good comparing food. It's like, I feel like I ate this youngster. You come home and smell me food.
There we go.
Nice shells.
There's a little beak at the front here. And they chew away at all the seaweed. I'm going to get ridiculed for this because there's so many different ways of preparing power. I like to drown them first and then shuck them and then we beat them. It just tenderizes them. Otherwise, it's like eating a rubber goose.
What could you hammer?
It's going to work pretty well. Perfect. That much meat here. That much there. Just pop. So it just pops the main muscle. And then hold it down there. And the gut bag stays behind us. And then just pop out the beak. Once it's done. Perfect. Slice those up. And then just slow for a while.
Okay, that's good. I'm sorry, Ted. Okay, so I've never really liked the taste of power myself. The way Craig did it was absolutely delicious. Couldn't believe this was happening. Couldn't believe this was happening. Some New Zealanders go their entire lives without ever seeing a kiwi, and here was one so close that we could have touched him. We were in absolute awe. There are so many fascinating facts about this flightless bird. But one interesting one is that scientists measure the length of a bird's beak from the end back up to its nostrils. Well, the kiwi actually has its nostrils at the end of its beak, so technically, it has one of the shortest beaks in the world.
So they have really poor eyesight. They also don't have proper eyes to watch a white light. That's why white light is so hard for them.
Do they are those feathers or more like fur?
Yeah, more like that. Thank you. That was also really cool. Why there's 4 TVs there? None of us ever seen. How sick was that, Joe?
That was awesome.
First time I did
It's too, right? Yeah, no, that was really good. It was nuts how fat they were when they stood still and when they started running, they were sucked in and looked all skinny. It was pretty cool. I laughing to them run there, exactly. Absolutely nuts. And coming right off the lot, I think that was unreal.
You got up at 4 so
That was honestly so cool. If you come to goes on these huge tours with beaks and feathers. Well worth it. It was pretty special. Thanks so much for watching till the end, guys. Tune in next Sunday. There's a big aluminium dive boat that drags right up against us right here in Stewart Island. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Farlay Reviving. We are currently sailing in Stewart Island, which is at the very southern point of New Zealand. Skip back an episode to see our crazy great white shark encounter here, where one shark took a nice little chunk out of our transom to welcome us down to the roaring 40s.
oh,
But we had settled into Stewart Island nicely, and Taylor and I were dropping a fellow sailor back to his boat when we came back to a dramatic scene in the anchorage. A huge dive boat, which was anchored about 100 meters ahead of us, had all of a sudden dragged right down the side of Farlay.